SRG.OG kini hanya menanti detik untuk terus mencipta sejarah di pentas esports dunia.
Tetapi sebelum misi di MSC Riyadh Arab Saudi, kejuaraan Hatrik di Grand Final MPL-MY musim ke-15 menjadi penawaran terbaik buat SRG.OG.
Dan kita bersama dengan pengasas SRG.OG Esports iaitu Simon Lim dan juga Sebastian Sep Felix, pengarah teknikal SRG.OG, our living legend and Dota icon. Yes. I'm sure everyone knows about Sep. Maybe I tak pandai sangat esports, but we had a conversation earlier that Sep is like Cristiano Ronaldo or Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Yes, also very big name for esports. Welcome to Malaysia, Sep.
Thank you very much.
Amazing.
And welcome back to Mr. Simon.
Thank you so much.
Bos Simon, kita pertama sekali nak ucap tahniah sebenarnya atas pencapaian luar biasa SRG untuk di season lah, yang mana berjaya kembali ke Piala Dunia MSC Riyadh Arab Saudi dan buat musim kedua berturut-turut. Apa rahsianya sebenarnya, boleh dikongsikan?
Rahsianya actually, to be honest with you, adalah disiplin. Disiplin and being humble and focus. Itu saja. These three ada resepi yang paling penting untuk sesuatu pasukan untuk berjaya. Ya.
Bukan gaji naik, habuan lebih besar.
Oh, you minta that sekarang, nanti player saya akan minta lah habis saya.
Alright, Sep, it's great to have you here in Malaysia, especially at a time when the team could really use some motivation to keep that winning mentality. Yes. So, what's the main thing you want to get across to SRG.OG's player? You want to emphasize to SRG player?
Yeah, I think like when you've won before and when you're put in a favored position, it's actually a tough position to be in. Like, people don't necessarily realize, but there are lots of expectations on you. You have to rebuild your motivation, you have to rebuild your fire. It's something that I was lucky to experience myself, because won some tournaments and I'm experienced with that position of favorites. So I'm hoping to be able to help them to acquire that experience before they actually have to face the challenges, to prepare them as well as possible, so that hopefully they will just cruise through it and be able to not only enjoy the experience, but also succeed once again.
Yes, that is the whole thing that you share to all players at SRG.OG. So basically, what's your take on how esports has been growing in Malaysia, Sep?
I think it's grown tremendously, and honestly it makes me a little bit jealous, because where I come from, in France, I think it doesn't get the recognition it deserves, and I think the recognition it gets here. So honestly, I'm always happy when I come here, because it just makes all of it more special, more real, more worth it. So I think whatever is happening in Malaysia is just amazing for esports, and now that we built this partnership between OG and SRG, I think we get to understand even better and deeper how big esports is here, how much it's part of the like the common culture, and it fills me with hope and with ideas for when I also fly back home, and for what also has to be done and has to be done better.
Right, Sep, how do you feel about SRG.OG's performance and accomplishments so far?
I think it's been great. I think it should not be taken for granted, as I said. When people expect you to win, it doesn't mean you're going to be able to win. Especially, I think, in reality, backstage, it's harder to win when all the expectations are on you, and you've done it before, so you maybe have less reasons to. You don't have, the first fire that you used to have. So I personally value it even more. The second win, the third win. These, from my perspective, haven't been there, haven't competed. I think it's even more impressive. So it's been great, but it's not done yet. I think the biggest challenges are ahead of the team. So focus has to remain, stay focused on what is the end destination.
All right, if I were a player, SRG player now, I would crying. Okay, yes. Silakan Zaki.
Bos Simon, kita nak tahu juga yang SRG.OG tak clean sheet musim ni sebenarnya. Yang mana Aero Esports berjaya curi satu mata dari game dengan SRG.OG lah. So kita nak tahu juga, adakah anda melihat ini satu peningkatan persaingan di regular season atau bagaimana?
Bagi saya setiap tim dah upgrade. I would say cabaran kita makin sengit from season to season. Saingan yang sangat sengit. Saya pun, dia orang pun dapat player-player baru, player-player muda. And it's a good news. It's a good news kepada ekosistem MLBB kat Malaysia ni, sebab kita dah nampaklah ada masa depan yang bagus, yang cerah.
Penjenamaan SRG.OG ni, collaboration untuk season ni macam luar biasa bagi SRG. So mungkin boleh kongsikan pandangan Simon sendiri.
Okay, so untuk penjenamaan ni, kita sebenarnya nak mencari berguru dengan organisasi e-sukan yang besar. So contoh macam OG dah menang TI Dota tu 2 kali berturut-turut, and until today rekod dia orang masih tak ada orang boleh pecahkan. Menang 2 kali berturut-turut. So saya nak belajar daripada dia orang. Kita nak belajar macam mana dia orang from a small team. Sejarah dia orang sama macam kita tau, daripada pasukan when they go to TI for the first time, I think Seb can tell that they were not favourite to win. Okay. Macam kita pergi MSC, kita not favourite to win, but kita menang. So now kita nak belajarlah daripada segi marketing, dari segi management, dari segi penstrukturan, daripada technical. That's the most important.
How's the culture in the team?
Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
Right.
So Seb, basically when we talk about SRG players, it's a totally amazing between them relationship and so on lah. So in your opinion, which player in SRG.OG shows the most potential and what makes them stand out?
I don't like to pick one player, because to me my team philosophy is always to have the player understands that they are a team and they're all as important, even though they might have different roles and in different moments they might be more important factually. But if you ask me to pick one, I would maybe pick Innocent, just because of his story. I think having been in teams where he wasn't really able to shine as much as he is able to shine in SRG.OG right now, I like these kind of stories. I think it's maybe I'm a little bit biased because it's a little bit similar to my story, where sometimes you can try your best and try your hardest and work as hard as you can, but you don't get really the success that maybe you deserve, because team games are different.
Yes.
Like you have to rely on your team for better or worse sometimes. So seeing him being able to express his potential, and also that potential to be visible to the entire scene, I think that's a really cool story. So it's a story that moves me in particular.
Okey, mesti ramai yang tak sabar nak berjumpa dengan Seb sendiri, tapi kita nak jumpa.
Yes.
Okey, last but not least, Bos Simon mungkin boleh kongsikan perancangan untuk pasukan SRG.OG menjelang Grand Final dan juga akan ke MSC lepas ni.
Okey, perancangan kita, of course, kita nak hit the target hat-trick, three-peat, menang 3 kali berturut-turut, di mana tak ada orang pernah buat. Itu sebabnya kita ada bawa Seb turun untuk to actually strengthen the technical team punya mentality, dari segi pemikiran, dari segi gameplay. So that is for MPL. Untuk EWC, satu cabaran yang sukar, laluan yang sangat sukar, sebab kali ini pasukan-pasukan daripada Indonesia dan Filipina sangat kuat. Tapi saya sangat optimistic that kita mungkin will have some very good result dekat EWC lah.
Satu Malaysia akan mendoakan yang terbaik untuk SRG.OG.
We pray the best.
Alright, terima kasih kepada Bos Simon dan juga Seb.
Thank you so much, Seb.
Dan kita juga nak kongsikan kepada anda detik yang dinantikan minggu akhir MPL-MY musim ke-15 antara Aero Esports atau DX Seoul. Pasukan mana yang bakal berdepan Homeboys di final lower bracket MPL-MY musim ke-15?
Dan jangan lupa untuk saksikan pertemuan epik ini pada 14 Jun Sabtu 11 pagi, dibawakan langsung di Astro Arena 0802. Juga boleh stream di YouTube, Astro dan stadiumastro.com.
Jadi stay tune je dengan Nadi Arena. Kita akan bawakan perkembangan siapakah yang akan lawan SRG.OG nanti dan juga akan ke Grand Final dan seterusnya. Mungkin wakil Malaysia bersama dengan SRG.OG di MSC. Okey, dengan itu sekian kami berdua. Anda boleh saksikan banyak lagi perkembangan di semua platform social media dan juga di Stadium Astro. Lambat sikit. Bye-bye.
Assalamualaikum.